Oh, hey everybody. That's kind of loud. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we're back. It's been a while. But I'm so glad to be back. Yeah, just a little on the loud side for the voiceover, but yeah, we're back. Is there? Okay, there's an echo on the voice. Okay, so that is why we do these things. Ba-da-ba-da, check, and then okay. We don't have it now. Okay. Okay, is that? Okay, let's see. Okay, so. Is the let's see. Is that it? Do you still get the echo on the voice there? Just trying to figure out what's causing that. Yeah, you're gone. Okay, yeah, so let's figure that out. So are you getting an echo on the music or just the okay, vocal mic is double. Okay. Gee whiz. Just the vocal, okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Because we've got a lot. We've got a lot to cover today. I think it's probably something to do with my total mix. Okay. Check. Is that gone now? Is it gone now? Is it gone now? I think, okay, it's not gone. Okay. So we still got it there. Hey. Okay, is it gone now? Okay, so we're good. So it's, okay, good. Total mix got, something got messed up with Total Mix when I got back. So, all right. Wow, so here we go. I'm glad to get that out of the way. Yeah, Total Mix for some reason got, the settings got lost. I had to reroute things. All right. Well, hello everybody. And this is a special Monday edition because was not able to be here for a couple of weeks, actually. Just a lot of stuff going on. But today is going to be a very special day. And it's so good to see everybody. Good to see Jan, Thomas, good to see you. Rick, Davin. Davin is the A long or is it short? So I want to make like David or Davin, like Gavin. Andromeda, good to see you. And TYNS, good to see you. And Barry, always a pleasure. And yeah, Da Vinci, yeah, Monday, this is special. This is a special time. Usually I do Thursdays, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, wow. And Dan, yeah, Breakfast with Jacob Collier. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. So it's not clickbait, but it could probably be considered that. But I'll explain. All will be known soon. And Mandy, always good to see you. Okay, yeah, like Gavin with a D. Okay, so let's fade this down. Wow. So lots of stuff going on for sure. And I've got a little shadow on my road here, but we'll kind of stay away from that. But golly, it's been a while. And we've got a lot to cover today. And mainly we're going to just talk about my NAMM experience and what I would call like the NAMM Joyful Journey. And yes, I got the T-shirt, and it's just so much going on. And you know how it is. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I might have a. Let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, so I just want the piano here. So it's like with anything else, it's like sometimes you've got to take a few days to kind of unpack everything. And so today is going to be kind of like, coming over. So you guys are invited over to my house, and we're going to sit down and take a look at the photo album. Growing up, we used to have the Super 8 movies, and my uncle had a Super 8 movie camera, and he would take videos of the family, and we would, without any sound, this was like before sound, so we would just get together and pull out the home movies and the photo albums and talk about life. And that's what we're going to do. Yeah, Jeremiah, that's what we're going to talk about today, just a little bit. And, okay, what just happened here? What just happened here? I lost my whole, is this going to be, this, hello? Yeah, what happened? I don't know what happened. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's mono. Oh, hey. Okay, something weird. Gee whiz. I don't know what's going on here. Hey. There it is. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, so that's my mixed face. My mixed face all of a sudden panned the mic over. Okay, so buckle in, guys. Buckle in. You come in, and Chewy's been watching over things, but you go away and you come back, and it's like somebody has messed around with all your knobs and messed everything up. So let's watch some home movies, and as we're going through this, I'm gonna just kind of pause at different things and just do some commentary. And this is what's so wild, because Wednesday before the NAMM show, I was playing in Tampa for Linda Randall. I play with her sometimes, and what a joy that is. But I played Wednesday night. I got back to the hotel around 11 or so, and didn't actually get in the bed or asleep until like 1. And I had a 4 a.m. Pickup time to go to the airport and fly from Tampa. I flew from Tampa to Phoenix to Anaheim. And so that's where we're going to start. We're going to kind of start in Phoenix and get this show on the road. So are you ready? So this is my NAMM 2025 Joyful Journey. Let's do this. So this is getting pretty real, and we're getting closer. I hope my enthusiasm is not showing too much, but I can't wait to see everybody at NAMM, my first NAMM, and I'm really excited. And so stay tuned as we get this show on the road. And I'm like just going on like 2 or 3 hours sleep. And this is Orange County, and I got to see John Wayne there. And we're going to go to Anaheim, and this is Anaheim, and then we're going right to the convention center there. And there we are. And I was going on just going on a couple of hours sleep there. And it was like, I didn't even want to show anybody. And I tried to take some selfies on the plane, and it was like, man, I can't show anybody those selfies because it was like crazy. And this is the floor where you check in and get your badge. And I got my badge here, and that's where you go check in and you get your badge. And that's fun. That's part of the process. And luckily it wasn't too crowded. But it's a huge a huge facility there. Okay, guys, I just landed at NAMM, and I'm just totally a newbie. But this is my first booth that I stopped at. It's Terry Stone Designs, and they have created a do-it-yourself USB kit where you can control your guitar presets, and they've got this cool rack system there where we can go. You can just have, you know, total control, but you don't have a pedal board, but you got it right there. You got it right there. So these guys are great. It's a great. I'm just kind of freaking out a little bit, but we're gonna have a good time here. Okay, we're going upstairs, and I have no idea what we're gonna get into, guys. This is like so nuts. Joyful journey with Simeon. Oh my goodness. It's overwhelming. I mean, I was just like so overwhelmed. Wasn't even funny. Oh my gosh. You just see all the people. It's just wall to wall. Like I'm wandering around the floor, and I just don't know where I'm going. And then I just see these beacons of hope back in the distance. I see my friends in Ilio and Casio. So we're gonna head over. We're gonna head over and see if we can get see some of our friends at Ilio and Casio. Hey, I'm here at the Casio booth, and it's just like crazy. It's just getting hard to kind of getting acclimated to everything, but it's just quite the experience. Okay, now that guy, that was like one of the first. That was like one of the first people that I recognized, and that was Mike Injo. Oh, come on, please work. So Mike Injo is the creative sauce guy, and he's got a YouTube channel, and I just recognized him, and it was so fun to see. So I'm here at the Raleigh booth, and then I went to the Raleigh booth, Raleigh piano, and they're going to give away a C-board at 4 every day while we're here, so that's going to be interesting. So let's just cross our fingers. Now this was
the Marquet itself has been out just over 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Marquet.
Yeah. And then so the launch for this NAMM is the implementation of the MIDI. So on top of the Marquet, you know, fully mechanical, electromechanical time piano, that goes through paired with the all analog front panel. Right. So on there, entirely analog signal path, and there's some digital control for the parameters and such. And then the addition is now the sensing for the keys. So that enables the MIDI, and then we've also got a sensor for the damper neck as well. And then the keyboard's got poly aftertouch. We've got an amp to go with it. You can do keyboard split. You know, calibration's super easy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then with the MIDI, there's ton more features too. You got bi-directional MIDI on USB, so you can you can automate parameters. You know, and then also the front panel. Any of the scan pots, so that's the majority of the front panel knobs. They can send CC messages.
Wow!
So you can have this as your central MIDI controller.
Well, that's awesome, James. Well, thank you.
No worries.
This is their new keyboard, the Rhodes Stage 61. It's a brand new. It's portable, so it's the perfect thing to get for travel and gigging and that kind of thing. It's just a perfect form factor for that kind of stuff. They've also got a couple of stations set up where you can play the plug-in on the VPC-1, which is a really cool experience. And then they've got the glitter top. They have so many ways they can customize the Rhodes. They can go from that vintage suitcase look, and then the wood grain is just so many beautiful designs. So for anybody that has their doubts that Rhodes is back, I'm here to tell you that they're back in a big way. And I sat down to play the Mark 8 with the MIDI control, and it just took me right back to high school when I played that suitcase. It was just beautiful, and I think the action is actually a Steinway action, so it just feels so good. So they are back, and hopefully we're going to get some more hands-on with the Rhodes. So stay tuned for more. They're back, baby. It was just like, just get here, you know. It was mainly about getting the feel. So it's Dr. Mix. We got Dr. Mix at the Studio Logic. So yeah, the Rhodes booth, I think, was a big highlight for me because it took me back. I call it like a Ratatouille moment when I sat down and played that Mark 8 with the MIDI. Now the control is like a Steinway key bed, so it just felt so nice. So it's got analog effects, but with digital control. So the MIDI is bidirectional, so you can control the MIDI, the effects through MIDI, and transmit. You can't receive MIDI to play the keys, but the MIDI's mainly for controlling external keyboards, and then for the MIDI to control the onboard effects and that kind of thing. You might have saw a cameo. I was in a couple of Sonic State videos, and I had a cameo there. I'm going to see if this is. Yeah, for some reason I can't get my pictures to work, but it's just really amazing. And I found one of the guys. He actually looks like he could have been my son. I called Hunter my long lost son, because I communicate with a lot of. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, yeah, good. There we go. Now that's a little bit later, but okay, yeah. So it's work. I don't know what was going on with that, but that okay. So these guys. Okay, let me show you Hunter. So Hunter was the one that was helping me kind of get used to it, but it was like. It hit me so hard. It's like you email people and you get to see them, and it was like such a shock. But the Hunter works for Hummingbird Media, which collaborates with a lot of vendors and developers and companies. And he's the guy that's been sending me like the press releases for the Rhodes and helped me get connected with them. So it was such a cool thing, and that's like one of the main reasons for going to the NAMM show is to meet other people and the developers and such. So let's resume. And Dr. Mix was at the Studio Logic booth. Dr. Mix, just so much going on. Okay, so we're at the Expressive E booth, and it's the first time I've ever seen an Osmos in person. So we're gonna kind of take a look and get our fingers, let our fingers do the walking. So quite impressive. Just all the people, it's amazing. And all musicians have something to do with the music business or instruments, and it's just quite the spectacle. So guys, I am finished with my first day. I'm getting ready to head back to the hotel, and it has been quite the experience. Little overwhelming, to say the very least, but just kind of got my feet wet, and we're going to come back tomorrow and just do it again, do some more, and thanks for coming along. Hey, so this is day two. Day two. I look a lot better there. A blur in a way, because I was like, just the first time, and really didn't get much sleep on Wednesday night. But today we're going to have, I'm going to meet with Steinberg today, and we're going to be back at the Ilio booth talking with the guys at Divisimate. And then I'm just going to try to get back over to the Rhodes booth, and just we're just going to have some more fun today. And so it's like, it's about the people. I think what, for me, it's like I really enjoy just meeting and talking to the developers and the people face to face. And I had some fun with some viewers coming up and saying that they enjoy watching the content. There's so much going on, and I can't wait to share more with you guys. So actually, let's see. So this was kind of fun. So the first people that I ran into, it was like while I was it was just like on the first day. So I was like in one of the aisles, and this couple came up and recognized me, and it was kind of like a surreal feeling. But as I was standing there talking to them, I felt this bump. And I turned around, and it was like, oh my goodness, it's Stevie Wonder. So it was like, yeah, so he bumped into this shoulder right here. So I don't know if I'm going to wash this shoulder again, but yeah, I might. But it was so cool. But he had his guys around him. But I thought that was a cool moment. So it was very cool. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. But I just, you guys are our joyful family. So it's just like, yeah. So this is fun. So the IK Multimedia booth is here, and they are focusing on their Tonex cabinet. So they're taking the Tonex amp modeling and they put it in a physical cabinet. And there is Tia and Fab. Tia is my main contact at IK Multimedia. And so it looks like they're focusing a lot more on the Tonex and guitars. So combining that with their small factor speaker technology. So it's like an old-fashioned cabinet, and it's just so much fun. Yeah. It's just a lot of stuff to take in. And I got to talk to my friend Florian at Bonebox and Bone software. A Bone MIDI translator is what I use. And then I went over to the MIDI Association, kind of sat in one of their seminars. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about that. So the MIDI Association is really, there was a lot of emphasis this year on MIDI 2.0 and getting more people on board with MIDI 2.0. So there was a couple of things that were happening. So you had MIDI 2.0, and then you had Native Instruments with NKS kind of branching out NKS to other manufacturers. And the big announcement this year was Akai partnering with Native Instruments to integrate NKS into their instruments, into their MPC instruments. So you pretty much can have contact inside an MPC like you would the machine. So they're expanding their NKS footprint and opening it up to other manufacturers to host plugins and instruments on devices like the MPCs and that kind of thing. And then MIDI 2.0, I sat in on one of the seminars about the transport control, the DAW transport control. So many years we've relied on the Mackie control to plug in like the mix face and all of our transports and stuff. So the MIDI Association is trying to develop a standard so we can control the DAW in a much, just to kind of make it so everybody's kind of on the same page with all their controls and things like that. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. And then this is back at the Elio booth. And this is a new sustain pedal that it's a wireless sustain pedal, but it's multifunctional. Okay, so now I'm at the Divisimate booth and just had some fun with this. Hold my hand. In other words, kiss me. Fill my world with song and let me sing forevermore. You are long, I long for all I worship. In other words, me. In other words, in other words, Hit it. We are at the Ilio booth, and I'm so excited to be, like Paul Thompson would say, I'm so excited. We've got audio modeling here, we've got Divisimate, and Divisimate is something that I've been really trying to wrap my head around, and the guys here have been really doing a great job in introducing me to the world of Divisimate. And so expect to see a lot more on the channel because we're going to just dive into some of the features. But this is Peter and Stefan. And so just we're having a great fun doing some Star Wars stuff, and because it's like the whole orchestra under your fingers, and just amazing. And that's using Divisimate along with a template set up for the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra. So you have all of the symphony orchestra instruments in a template, and Divisimate kind of goes in and it when you play a chord, it kind of voices the chord like you would expect it to. And the thing I was playing earlier, Fly Me to the Moon, that was all audio modeling instruments, and we're going to talk about that talk about that soon too. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Incredible. That's great. So that's just a little teaser. So stay tuned for more. And thanks guys for just kind of holding my hand a little bit. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Okay, and a little secret here. So Stefan, that works with Divisimate, he is the one that's behind the orchestra from Sonya score, because you'll see some overlap a little bit with some of the concepts of Divisimate with the orchestrations and things like that. So Stefan did the concept for the orchestra from Sonya score as a thesis as he was doing programming and studying and things. So that was a really cool Easter egg for me. The other thing, so David, the guy that's got the breath controller. So as I was playing, so David's got the breath controller here, and so he had to use the breath controller as I was playing to kind of bring things in, because yeah, you don't want to be sharing breath controllers with everybody that comes across your booth. But I've got one in the drawer, and so I'm going to be bringing that back out because it was fascinating what you could do. And it's just really cool. So let's get back to it. I got to meet the guys at Kilohertz, Turbo Fan. He just recognized kind of incredible all of the different things going on. I think Uhi is talking about Zebra 3, and that's going to be just big. Some amazing things that they're doing. And Bitwig Studio, they just came out with their Bitwig Connect, which is an audio interface with some kind of modular connections too. So that's kind of a really interesting thing to watch. You can connect to outboard. Here's the father of Zebra. He's the Zebra daddy. So what's new with Zebra 3?
Everything. No, I mean we kept the basic idea of it. So you still recognize it as Zebra, but every module is rewritten, every module is new, and there's more consistency among the modules. So we can reuse curves that you create in the oscillator as envelopes, or in the mapping generators as step sequencers or whatever.
Wow, yeah. That's amazing. Well, we can't wait to get a hands-on and experience that. So it's amazing. Sure. You're doing some great work, man.
Thank you.
It is nuts, man.
This is the guitar section, and it's loud.
So it's not that it was loud per se, as far as sound pressure. I'm talking about you got 1,000+ different booths in there, and they're all playing. Everybody, I guess everybody gets on the NAMM show floor with a guitar or something, and it's just like they want their moment to shine. And listen, I didn't go near the drum section for real. I just pretty much stayed in the keyboard software section because it was crazy. BF, you're hilarious. That's hilarious. This is an alternate MIDI controller that was pretty cool that I saw. I'm in here with Doc from Arturia, and we're taking a look at this cool little room that we have here. And there's something that I can't show you, but this is the 84 edition of the Drum Brute Impact, and when you look at the color scheme, you know right away that that's where you're going. You're going back to the 80s. And then I have one of these mini labs. You see it in the videos in the background some. We're going to do something really fun with this really soon. And then the Astrolab. The Astrolab is the first time I've got to touch one of these, and I just feel, it's just, the key bed feels really nice. And then it's got the texture. It's got a nice texture as well. You've got all the macro knobs and different things, and so that's really cool. So you've got all your favorite Arturia virtual instruments here, and then the wheels. The wheels have just a really cool weight to them that you just feel connected to the instrument. So it's very nice. So Doc, thank you for showing me. Yeah, get it up there. Yeah, thank you so much for. So what a lot of these companies were doing, they didn't have a full presence on the show floor, so they had these little booths that you went into, and so I went to the Arturia booth, and it was really cool to kind of see. And they've got something really cool that I couldn't show you. I've got a lot of secrets I can't tell you. I would have to, but it was so much fun. The funny thing is that I walked around the corner and the Eventide booth was there, and you have to have appointments and stuff, and which was nuts. That whole process was just kind of crazy. But I went around the corner to the Eventide. They had, and their contact guy was standing there, and I had to shake his hand, and I said, "Listen, I am the black hole, the Eventide black hole poster boy." So I was able to kind of share some fun things that we did with Black Hole, talk to him about the immersive version of Black Hole. He did tell me that there are some new reverbs coming out later this year. So that was cool. I'm not under an embargo, I don't think, but you guys will be the first to know if there was. So that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun to do that. So let's get back to it. Yeah, they just had these little private rooms because not having a big presence this year. A lot of the manufacturers. Your time, and we look forward to what Arturia is coming out with soon. So I'm taking a turn at the Korg. The Korg section here. We got accordions and Korg pianos, and they're Black Star and Vox amps. You got your Korg tuners and all kinds of cool stuff. Oh wow, so there is the wow. And these are some of the new key stage controllers. Very nice. And NKS, that's a big thing. If more manufacturers are going to the NKS standard, that looks pretty amazing. So I'm in the secret laboratory, or the secret location, the undisclosed location for SWAM instruments. Audio model. Oh, shh, you didn't hear that. We'll edit that out. But audio modeling, and it's been an incredible experience so far to understand how they are taking modeled instruments and making them where you can't tell the difference. They're making instruments, not sample libraries that require 70 gigs or 200 gigs, but like 20 megabytes sometimes.
Like saxophone.
Yeah, like the saxophone.
About 20 megabytes.
Yeah. It's incredible. Hold on, let's see. There we go. Uh-oh. And so you have all of the expression, Everything's being generated in real time. So it's like an instrument. You're not playing a recording. You're becoming the instrument. You are the instrument.
Non flauto, mettimi flauto. Va.
That can be played live.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't have to worry about the disc streaming or what all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Also, we have this host, this Camel Pro that manages the live performance for any musician.
And just using the modulation wheel and then a little bit of expression. But the expression is like the breath going over the flute. So the more you press that expression pedal, it's like you're blowing harder. So it's like it takes expression to a different place, you know.
So,
Yeah. Incredible. So I want to thank Ben and Ilio and all the guys at Audio Modeling for allowing me to have this great experience, and you know, stay tuned because this is why I'm here. I'm here to learn how we can have more joyful journeys together and explore really new and exciting things. So stay tuned. Thanks. Yeah, those guys were great. And I'm just, you know, so what Piano Tech is for pianos, these guys are really doing an amazing job with the orchestral instruments. I was really impressed with their Ambiente room modeling software. It's kind of like it reminded me of Mir from VSL, but they're modeling these rooms, and then you can place the instruments inside of these rooms, which really was impressive. You can place their modeled instruments along with real instruments, real audio tracks, and kind of place them in the room. So I can't wait to try that out as well. Thanks, guys. They had the Air Force, the Army, the Navy bands, jazz bands playing on the live stage. Fabulous. They had a lot of live music during the show. It's just quite an experience, man, I tell you. Just so many talented, gifted musicians. A lot of pro audio, a lot of hardware guys. Yeah. It's a different story when you're looking at things in the physical realm, you know, a lot of the heritage audio. So Celemony, Fab Filter. So this looks like their debut, showing a new plug-in Space Blender. Here at Nightfox Audio, and they've just came out with a brand new system of how plugin developers can authorize plugins. It's a free resource, actually.
where you can have trial versions and the user can manage their libraries, and it's really interesting talking to Cohagen about how that all works. And it's called Stacks, and so he's going to play us a little something. And these really are stacks. So this is the upright and EP stack VST, or audio units, or what have you. So you can layer all of these different instruments together, all these different layers, uprights and EPs together. Great. So hopefully soon we're going to be taking more of a look at what Nightfox and Stax is doing. So thanks, Cohagen. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you'll notice that like the Celemony, FabFilter, Sound Toys had their own booth, but a lot of them were, kind of integrated. So let's see. Yeah, no developers really. I did see a couple, but they were just not a presence. So software developers, most sample library developers, probably the NAMM show was just a little less important, I guess, for them, because they don't have hardware to show per se. But I did get to meet the this guy, Mike Green. Mike Green is the founder of Realitone, and then also he is the one that runs VI Control as well. So I got to meet Mike, and listen, this guy he's tall. I mean, he is no joke.
I guess you have to be really willing to like
So Mike has actually been in the development of what's called the Sunset Choir, and got to sit down and talk to him about that process. And believe me, if you ever wanted to know the pitfalls of developing sample libraries, Mike's the guy to talk to, because he's just been through so much. The cool thing about what Mike's done with his booth, he splits his booth into two parts. So this part is the sample part, but then you'll notice he had the other part where we sat down and kind of to meet with the guys. So we had had some chairs set up on the other side, and had some of his wife's brownies. So I was able to sit down and talk to Mike and have some brownies and fellowship with him. And then another VI Control member, Jay Asher, came by. So it's basically kind of like those that have been for a while. They just kind of come and hang out and share what the latest thing. But it's just about those connections and meeting Mike. And listen, man, Mike is a tall dude, man. It just really shocked me.
I can't imagine actually.
So this
was like one of the main reasons why I really wanted to go. I wanted to meet this guy in person, and yeah.
This just happened. Yeah. And this is like, I'm running into so many amazing people, and this is like, for me, this is like the chef's kiss of it all.
John's tall
So
too.
we've talked about life and sound and music and all sorts of things, and it's our first time to meet.
Yeah. It's so incredible.
Brothers from other mothers.
And let's see. And if you don't know, he is the plug-in guru. Ya-da-da! But we're at NAMM, and what a great opportunity to connect.
Very fun.
And listen, I've got a secret, and I can't share it with you until, so
Mum's the word.
you're going to have to wait, but it's going to be really exciting and really
Has
cool.
something to do with Unify 2.0.
Well, absolutely. That's the only reason we're here at NAMM. But
we got some more work to do to it, but it's
John,
very exciting.
John, thank you so much for your inspiration, and
Thank you.
and we just look forward to Unify 2.0 and everything else. Thank you.
Honor. Rock and roll.
Okay, so yeah, that was like one of my highlights, meeting John. And then I got to also meet, got to also meet Paul. And Paul was there with John. And, you know, I kind of got to talk with, I kind of got to walk the floor with John and Paul and talk about some things that are going into Unify 2.0. And really, I'm not trying to hype it up or whatever, but just talking about, you know, hearing some of their thought process about what's going to be going into Unify 2.0. It's really exciting because Unify in itself was revolutionary, and then so they're just going to continue to take it up. The other thing that you need to know is that Paul's instruments, Hyperion and Thea, his plugins are now available. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, so they're now available at the Plugin Guru website, and so I haven't had a chance to get into those, but okay, so that I can't. Yeah, but his let's see. Yeah, so Paul's Paul's plugins are being sold at the Plugin Guru website. So that's another way you can support the work that Paul and them are doing, and then John. So it's really cool. So you can get Thea and Hyperion and some of his libraries there. So make sure you check that out. And then over to Yamaha, and just taking a look at what they're doing with. And these are two of Alicia Keys' custom-built pianos there. Just acrylic and just all blinged out. Okay. So this is the piano showcase. So you've got Mason and Hamlin's, and you've got Petrov's. You've got all different piano brands represented here, and it's pretty, oh my gosh, pretty amazing. It's just pretty amazing. And, oh wow, so there's a young Chang in there, little young Chang, and then we got the Steinway and just some beautiful piano. That is a Steinway L, I think, and this is the Bluthner. Incredible piano here. It's just okay. So those pianos that we were looking at, those were like a restoration company. So those pianos that were in that little pod were like each one of those were over 100 years old, and it is just like. It was incredible. And so if you look up the word cacophony in the dictionary, it'll have a link to my video because that's what it was. The wood grain on that Model L and the different grains, just to see those beautiful pianos, it was just really spectacular. So incredible to be surrounded by so many beautiful instruments, and it's really incredible. So we're going to keep looking and exploring and discovering. So I'm at the Fazioli booth, and incredible. So this is the latest Fazioli. It's the F198. So this is brand new. So I'm going to see if I can kind of play something. You can hear all the beautiful music. Beautiful in quotation marks. It's crazy. At some point, it was like, it was like there's no way you can concentrate in there. And it was like they had 3 of those 198s sitting there. And so I was on the first one closest to the door. They had a center one, and then, but it's like people, they got on there, and it was like they were doing all of this stuff. They were playing so crazy, and it was like it was all running together. It was like they were not conscientious about the other people in the room. And there's no way that I could focus trying to play anything. But when I sat down and touched that Fazioli action, I mean, it was as smooth as, it's just hard to explain. It was just amazing. But to try to process all of that, it's impossible. And Nigel, that's a kind of a cool idea. So we'll kind of put a pin in that and see what happens. See what happens. There's so much. And David, yeah, there were a few classical musicians in there, but it was like it was like a room full of cats trying to play all those pianos at the same time. It was pretty insane. But this is their centerpiece that they had. Beautiful Fazioli there, just amazing. To see these pianos is just amazing in person. So that's the 278.
So the coolest thing
now this is great.
Getting to shake hands with Mr. Fazioli himself. There's a lot of stuff going on in that room. So yeah, amazing. You cannot do this virtually. To get your hands on the instruments, and it's just such an amazing thing. So I'm taking a turn.
Okay, so let's see. This is that was a highlight for me. So to get to actually meet Mr. Fazioli, Paolo Fazioli, and his son was also there, just kind of walking around meeting people. But such an honor to meet the guy that is the father of all of these beautiful instruments. Just so cool.
At the Korg section here, we got accordions and Korg
we already been to Korg, I think.
They're Black Star and Vox amps. You got your Korg tuners and all kinds of cool stuff.
We'll hit Korg again.
Oh wow! So there is the.
See, even editing, it's hard to put everything. It's kind of hard to keep your brain kind of sorted.
Key stage controllers, very nice, and NKS.
And again, you see the NKS.
That's a big thing. If more manufacturers are going to the NKS standard, that looks pretty amazing. So these are the new Studio Logic line of controllers. So you've got the Numa X piano. One thing you're going to see on these is the introduction of these instrument zone controls. And this feels like the lighter weight Studio. And they went to a new joystick design. So they, instead of having 2 XY, you've got an XY, but then you've got just like a single axis stick there. Now this one is the SL88 GT. This is the upgrade. They went more to like a glossy finish with the XT here. But again, we've got these zone control knobs here, and then they've come up with their own protocol to link into some of their instruments here, so everything kind of lines up. Then they put the transport controls here, so you have a DAW control. Now, those of you who know, I usually have a mix face sitting right here. But if you don't have the mix face, then you can use this as kind of like that supplement. So more controls here. So MIDI 2.0 is big this year as like the new protocols for the higher resolution velocity. Instead of 127, you have infinitely more possibilities with velocity. And so that's where the MIDI 2.0 comes in with this new series of Studio Logic controllers. So, and then unfortunately, it's not upgradable. I wish we could have done, we could do a firmware upgrade to the SL88 Grand. The other feature is that you'll notice that there is audio interface built into the keyboard. And as far as I have heard, it sounds like that it's going to be ASIO compatible, but it goes seamlessly like with iOS and Mac OS when you're using that. So that's great when you're on the road. You don't want to carry around another interface and that kind of thing. So that's a little
little look at the new Studio Logic line. And so the new key bed, is more of like a glossy finish. Now the one on the original SL88 Grand that I have, it has more of that textured wood, that ivory feel. So the new key bed has different sensors. I think what I felt was really nice. But the main thing is it's going to be able to implement the new MIDI 2.0 velocity curves. So a lot more detail. And you cannot upgrade the firmware on the older versions, I guess, because of they reworked the sensors and then the weight of it. It felt really good. It just didn't. You don't have that much time, and you've got all of these other individuals are trying to. They're trying to do the same thing that I'm trying to do. They're trying to get some hands-on, get some time with the instruments. So you get very little time. It was also hard to kind of make appointments with some of the companies. So I wasn't really sure how all the ropes work. So I was making appointments in the app, and then you show up for the appointment, and they go, "Oh, we don't use the app." It's like so just a lot of things that I wish I had been better prepared for. Yeah, so it's definitely a triple sensor, and I think to get the extra data needed for interpolating the MIDI 2.0 velocities, but I think it's really good. I was surprised too that they're going to that glossier finish instead of this, but yeah, this it's going to be really interesting, and so we'll see how that all works out. I'm just hoping that more people will get on board with embracing the new standards and things, because having one keyboard do this and another keyboard follow this standard or whatever, it's so important for everybody to kind of get along. And that's really what the MIDI organization is all about, is to keep everybody kind of like on the same page, so we're not dealing with 150 different standards. Davin, I'm seeing some of the same things. I'm seeing like where there's like a certain range that I'm playing, and I'm seeing just like a little extra wear and tear on those. But yeah, so I know what you mean. So let's get back to it. One of the funny things in that piano room, it was like I was in the piano room, and then all of a sudden I heard this. And I said, in a room full of pianos, it never fails. Somebody's going to play that riff. And it's come to find out it was a musician from Malta. Let's see if we can find them here. Yeah. So it was the guy in the back, not with the hat, but the guy in the back. And one thing that he said, he said when you're playing that, you're kind of going up and down the keyboard a little bit, but it was just like I was in there and I heard that. I said, you can't be in a room full of pianos and not hear that riff. It was really fun. Here we go. Who knows? We might get to try one out down the road. So here we go. Last day of NAMM, and just been so excited to be able to share some of these experiences with you. Okay. Now, this is where we're going to, this is like on the last day of NAMM. I had breakfast with Victor Wooten and Jacob Collier and some others. So I had breakfast along with about 800 or 900 other people, but had a chance to experience this. And so enjoy a couple of these clips from this breakfast time. He was using a looper pedal, and just an incredible performance. I was sitting in the very back, almost didn't get a seat back there.
One thing I did, I told the students out there, because they're really rehearsing and they're a little bit nervous, but they sound amazing, and I know it's going to be great. I told them, I have no idea what I'm about to go out to play. Zero. And I didn't know what I was going to play until I stepped on stage. In the same way, when we talk to our friends, we don't know what we're going to say. But for all of us musicians out there, if we can maintain that freedom of expression, that I can just express on this instrument, it can be rehearsed, doesn't have to be. In the same way we talk to our friends, this is not rehearsed. We haven't rehearsed what we're saying. I think it's more magical and more beautiful if you can get to that place of freedom with music, because it brings your listeners right along also.
Thank you. Welcome back, Mr. Jacob Collier. What are you feeling from people that are coming out to experience music making all across the world?
Wow. Yeah, well, I think music is this unique language, as all of us in this room know, one of the most important and crucial languages on the planet, and it has an extraordinary ability to sort of unify people and remind people what we all have in common with each other, I suppose. So I've traveled all over the globe and played all sorts of different sizes of rooms and different types of people. And there's something about singing, there's something about joy, there's something about community. I think there's also something about the element of surprise, leaning into the unexpected and sort of being courageous with what you have. That I think the more I embrace that, the more I recognize how necessary it is in the world. And there's no language like music to remind you of those principles. I've had the best time traveling around. It's exhausting, but it is also delicious.
Well, would you give us the honor of maybe sitting down and seeing what comes out and open our minds and see something new and play some music for us?
Sure thing, absolutely, John.
Thank you so much.
Most definitely. You're just too good to be true. Can't see my eyes on you. You'd feel like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived. I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. The sight of you makes me weak. There are no words left to speak. So if you feel how I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Sing it. Very good.
It was quite an experience being there live with the audience.
All right, it's my last day at NAMM 2025. And what I've been saying is it's everything I expected and nothing I expected. So much more. So we're going to be heading out here, and we've had a joyful journey together, and it's been amazing. So, wow. I'm going home. Keep the light on for me, honey. Love you. Love you guys. Bless you. Wow, what a trip.
And that's it in a nutshell. What a trip. What a trip. What a trip. So yeah, so it's really fun to share that with you guys. And what I'm going to do, I recorded the entire segment with Victor Wooten and Jacob Collier. I'm going to post those as members only videos, so you can kind of just hear like the full interview with Jacob and with Victor Wooten. Just had some really interesting things to say. One thing that I really resonated with is the fact that that both Victor and Jacob mentioned something about being in the moment. And listen, this is not this is not your first rodeo. If you've been on a lot of our joyful journeys together, because that's what I love. I love to have conversations. One thing Victor Wooten said, that you don't rehearse a conversation with your friends. So you don't rehearse conversations with your friends. And that's the way that I approach these times together. They are conversations with my friends. And you are such a part of that. And it's just such an honor to share all of those with you guys. So thank you for coming along with me for just a little. Listen, there's so much more. I will have to tell you that for me, it was about the people. It's about the people. And let me see, this is not behaving again. But yeah, it's about the people. Now, this is Shelley Hiskey. She's the wife of Mike Hiskey, the one that the owners of Ilio. And I got to meet the Vienna Symphonic Library counterparts, the acoustic sampling, the AAS. They're getting ready to come out with a new CV3 modular. Spectrasonics was there, but they didn't reveal anything. They didn't say anything because I'm thinking maybe next year they're going to have an announcement. And then, Divisimate and Yum Audio. So they have a whole bunch of different manufacturers they deal with. And this is my friend Ben at Ilio. This is the guy that I really talk a lot to. And this is my friend Stefan from Steinberg. So he was there. I got to spend some time with him and Shimmy Shimalinsky. He was at the Korg booth, and if you know this face, you know the name Shimmy. He has done a lot of videos for SoundPaint, and so it was really cool to get to meet him, and also just kind of going to get on board with making sure I've got all of Korg's software instruments updated so we can take a look at those going down the road. Yeah, and that's Mike. That's the Creative Sauce guy. And then Craig Peters and Mike Peasley, and they are the Sound Iron guys. And Mike Peasley is actually the founder of Sound Iron. So it was just like running into them, just kind of walking down and going, "Hey, I know you guys." And then I got to see Dom Segalis, and just a fun guy. Let's see who else we did. Just some other viewers. Just beautiful to meet the ones that meet you guys face to face. Just how much that they've enjoyed. You guys have enjoyed it's very humbling for me to see and to hear those reports. I did try to get an appointment with Native Instruments, and I showed up at my appointment time, and they weren't expecting me. They weren't expecting me, but I waited. I waited there. I waited there for a little bit because the guy was going to just take some time and just kind of just introduce myself and kind of tell him what I've been doing and just to kind of make those connections. And while I was standing there, this is wild. While I was standing there, this gentleman, I saw him from a distance and I recognized him and I said, Will. And so this is Will Evans. And those of you who don't know who Will Evans is, Will used to be the CEO at Spitfire Audio. Just a very incredible individual and something that was just not expected. I was not expecting to run into him, but he was at the Native Instruments, their secret compartment or their secret area, probably talking about some new instruments coming out. And he mentioned that he was. But what I really, really appreciated was I got to share some of my heart with him just in a very wonderful moment, just to let him know how much I appreciated him. And that's basically what I did with all of the ones that I met, just like, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the work that you've done, and thank you for supporting what I'm trying to do. So it was really wonderful to spend that moment with Will. Very unexpected, but very wonderful. So yeah. So that's just a little bit of my story. So I know we probably could get into a couple of instruments, but let's just wait for another time. I have to tell you though, Somerville Sounds. Let's just. You know what? I can't not just kind of give you a little teaser, and then maybe when we get some more time. Yeah, all of this and getting bumped by Stevie. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So Somerville Sounds, they've just released. We'll just do just a really quick abbreviated just intro, and then when we have our normal joyful journey, be able to spend a little more time. But Somerville Sounds, their new. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is their woven strings. And let's see. And this is actually birthed out of one of their prototypes. It's just got some beautiful sounds. This is Somerville Sounds, Steph. John Mayer, Hunter Rogerson, and Owen Bolig. BF, it's so wonderful to see you. Good night. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with us. And you've got to watch the walkthrough because there's some really fun behind the scenes things. This is a Nashville violinist that John captured. Let's see, let's just go to one more preset and so we've got some drones. We got a drone layer and two other foundation layers. Really cool. And the reverb is like a pad room, which is kind of like one of those infinite reverbs. That's really cool. Asleep in the Garden. It's got a lot of emotion inside of these. And it's like a gesture library without just being so overwhelmed with gestures. And the layers are triggered with velocity. And this started out as a prototype, actually, when John was doing like experimentation and that kind of thing. It's got a very beautiful sound. And we'll come back to this at our regularly scheduled time. But I just had to give you a little peek, little sneak peek. Yeah, gestures, gestures are, yeah, that's like the latest buzzword. That's like felt and that kind of thing. But I think everybody's got really their own way of approaching those. Wow. So that is, yeah, we had a little detour, so we're going to come back around. But thank you guys so much for just being a part of this little home movies and sharing my joyful journey at NAMM 2025. It was I said it was like everything I expected, but at the same time nothing I expected. And I walked. It was like almost like a half an hour walk from my hotel to the convention center. And I think I looked at my phone, tracking my steps. I think one day I walked over 12,000 steps, and then another I walked like 13,000 steps. And that's not counting the steps that the phone didn't catch, you know. So did a lot of walking and a lot of praying, a lot of thinking about the future and about the channel's future. And for those of you who might not know, the past couple of days, we went over 22,000, and it's because of all of you. It's because of you. And so just praying for God's will and direction for all of the things that He has for all of us in store in the future. So until next time, good night, God. And thank you for this very lovely day. Thank you too for helping us in our work and at our play. Thank you for our families, for each and every friend. Forgive us, please, for anything we've done that might offend. Keep us safe and faithful, God. Show us what to do. Good night, God, and thank you, God, for letting us love you. Teach us to be faithful, God. Show us what to do. good night, God. And thank you, God, for letting us love you. All right, all right. So until next time, this is Simeon reminding all of you to stay joyful, and I can't wait to see what is up around the bend on our next joyful journey. So I look forward to seeing all of you real soon, and have a great night or a great day, whichever the case may be. See you soon. Blessings, you guys.